Why not, bro? Why not? Okay. Now we are in this mug. Let's go. We're gonna go. Let's a little setup. Guys, today I faced my hardest challenge yet in ranking over 70 video games. These are all games I've played in the past year, which I'm going to be ranking on depth, design, and whatever else really helps at that moment. Just anything at all. I don't know. There's probably going to be some like bullshit like excuses like, oh, this game has better whatever, blah blah blah. And I don't know. It's whatever helps the plot at that point. Now, with all that being said, I already know this is going to be a long ass video, so make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more amazing content. It would really help out the channel. Anyway, let's get into it. I think we actually just established some kind of like ground bases. I put top 5 here because obviously it's top 5. And then top 10, like obviously, like that's self-explanatory. Raid boss is like, I think like some of these, like I don't know how full the top 10 will get with my selections. Again, these are all games that I've personally played in the past year and a half, so it's not like anything like, you know, I'm not ranking like games of all time that I've played, you know what I mean? That's gonna be another video, but like, you know, I don't know exactly what all is going to be up here. Plus, I have a lot of selections. Like, shoot, all of these could go in raid boss, for what I care. It's probably not, but like, I think we got like a good ground base. Let's start with this one. That's probably going to be the worst game on the list. I'm gonna be honest. Miracle Snack Shop. If you don't know what it is, the premise of the story is that this anime general slash Russian leader or whatever drops in your what is it, she drops in your condo or your apartment or whatever, and you're already in a bad situation in life, right? It's a visual novel, just to give you like an understanding of what type of game it is. It's a visual novel. It's super corny, it's super anime. I don't know, it wasn't like the worst, but like it was like, you know, it was just kind of boring in my opinion. That's probably going to be the worst game in my list, to be honest. Let's get another hard hitter. I think we go with something, shoot, Assassin's Creed 2. Already B tier. Now, I don't know if it could be raid boss potential, to be honest. Like, Assassin's Creed 2 really is that good. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 is like, it's just like one of those games where it's like, it's gotten better over the years. For me personally, it's like it stood the test of time, to be honest. I come back to this more than like the other games like Valhalla, Black Flag. Like, dude, Assassin's Creed 2, the GOAT. And then you have the actual GOAT right here. I think this is top 10, to be honest. I wanted to start off with all the FNAF games, that's why they're all in order here, but look, greatest of all time, let's be honest, it's a really hard decision. I'm gonna be honest, it's a really hard decision. I can see both these in top 10. Now I know there's some other hard hitters over here, but I can see both these in top 10 for a lot of reasons. FNAF 1, look, it started something. It was like, you have to think about it. It was Scott Cawthon's, like, it was a passion dream, right? That's the main thing about FNAF 1. FNAF 2, I think it just has the best gameplay in the series, period. I think that's just the case. It's like, dude, you cannot go wrong with going back to FNAF 2. Like, the gameplay loop of flipping cameras, of doing it, it's just traditional FNAF. It's what you want every FNAF here on out to be. Like, it literally is the pinnacle of FNAF 2. I think this is like peak FNAF, you know? Like, am I wrong though? Look, a game no one has heard of, FNAF Road, which was like, it was alright, you know, but it's like, it's just an RPG around the FNAF series. I know it's like, it's more than that because it's like, you know, it's FNAF. Obviously, there's going to be more. Security Breach is like an open world FNAF, but like, when you are ranking Security Breach, you're really ranking an era of time. That's what you're ranking. You're either ranking the era of time where it was a buggy, glitchy mess, which kind of added to the fun feature of it, or you're ranking it now where it's like, it's a solid game, but it lacks depth. Let's be honest. Ruin made the game better, to be honest. Ruin just added so much, and like, it feels like more complete with Ruin, but the fact that we haven't gotten like anything on the game besides Help Wanted 2 that just like solidified it, like I don't know, it's cool. It is one of the cooler additions. Like everything that you do in Security Breach is like really cool. Like for example, jumping inside in animatronic for the first time in the series, that's really cool. And not dying, you know, I should say that. But yeah, it's like we are headed in the right direction, but we really need something. Like I really feel like this is like a reset in the series. Like look at it, FNAF 1, right? You have regular base old animatronics. FNAF 2, they added a whole lot to this. They added like at least like I want to say like 6 animatronics or something, and like the gameplay, that's why the gameplay loop is so hard, is you have to deal with everything. Look, if you get attacked from your left flank or your right flank, you're just screwed. You can't do anything. On top of that, you have the marionette who's all the way across the map, where it's like you got to keep on opening up your cams, you know, winding up the music box, and then you still have to point your flashlight towards the hallway. And on top of that, there's some animatronics who get in your what is it, your office in like 0.2 seconds. So it's like there's so much you have to do. In Security Breach, it really feels like they're trying to go for something like that. Like you see elements of that where it's like, yeah, you get offices and whatever, and you can upgrade your security card, so it's like you get better offices. I think the terrain is a little lacking. Like they could have done a little bit more. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as inspiring as like FNAF 2 and FNAF 1 or whatever. And that's saying a lot, considering the whole appeal of Security Breach is that you can move around. There are these animatronics that you can see moving in real time. Like FNAF 1, FNAF 2, you don't get that luxury. You know, you're stuck in one solid place. So that's saying a lot, but I really think the gameplay trumps like anything that Security Breach does. Anyway, enough said. It's like anytime you mention like open world games, I feel like people are like, oh, you mean something like Breath of the Wild, or oh, you mean something like Grand Theft Auto, you know? Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, top 5 game, I'm pretty confident in this choice, to be honest. Grand Theft Auto just has so many feats, and when I said, you know, oh, you mean something like Grand Theft Auto, like Grand Theft Auto 5, like it has stood the test of time. If Assassin's Creed 2 has stood the test of time, shoot, Grand Theft Auto 5, like we have been living off this game for like what, 10 years or something. Like this game is ancient, yet if like you see gameplay of it every single damn day, bro. That's how good this game is. Like it's not only the fact that, you know, it's Grand Theft Auto, right? Like the whole, like it says in the title, the whole thing of the game, the whole shtick is that it's a, you know, it's crime, and it's just anything, like it just goes above and beyond than more than just crime, you know what I mean? But it's like Grand Theft Auto is one of those games where it's like you're not gonna forget about it. Let's be honest. Like I hate to say this about Breath of the Wild, but like anything that Breath of the Wild does, you could probably do in Grand Theft Auto, let's be honest. And if you can't do anything that Breath of the Wild does in Grand Theft Auto, you can do it with mods too. The mods go crazy in Grand Theft Auto. Like it's just, it's crazy, bro. Grand Theft Auto is like, it really is a huge, like look at this. Grand Theft Auto compared it to FNAF Road. Like, dude, like how are you beating that, bro? Nah, this is actually just top 5, to be honest. And that's coming from someone who has minimum, like, I think through all the Grand Theft Auto titles, I think I have like minimum like 30 hours combined. So it's like, I don't even like deride Grand Theft Auto that much. But like, I know when a game is good. I know when a game is polished. I know when a game is actually, you know, all of that. I really do think Grand Theft Auto is in the top 5. Grand Theft Auto 5, I should say. Alright, let's get some of these indie games out of the way. These smaller titles. You are probably going to be here. I'm going to be honest. Actually, no, to be honest, I think it's lower than Dicey Dungeons, yeah. I had to look at it for a moment. The Isle Dragon Roars. I made like 2 or 3 videos on this. It was just boring. I'm going to be honest. That's really what it was. It was just a little too boring for me, you know, too mid. And that's crazy that I'm calling it mid compared to all these games, but look at the depth diversity, you know what I mean? FNAF 2 versus Isle Dragon Roars. Are you beating that? No, not in a million years. But like, look, It's just a card game, but it's the same as Dicey Dungeons. Like, cool if you like electronic card games, you will probably like it. Plus there are characters, plus it's Yoko Taro, so like you'll probably like it. I know the story is probably, it's, for me it was kind of bland, but there's like 3 separate stories to Voice of Cards, so you'll probably like it if you like stuff like that. But for me personally, nah, it just wasn't it, bro. That's why you have so few videos on my channel of the Owl Dragon Roars. Like, I didn't even finish this game, not post recording, not like just ever. I just never finished this game, to be honest. But from what I saw, I was impressed at first, but then when I was really looking at it, I was like, oh no, this is the works, bro. This is the works. I'ma be honest, for me, yikes, another E tier. Like, Dicey Dungeons is really the king of E tiers, which is saying a lot. At least in Dicey Dungeons, it's like, I played even though I played only like 30 minutes, I kind of liked all of it, to be honest. The gameplay loop wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But Lethal League Blaze, it is quite literally just baseball, except the baseball ends up hitting like 720 miles per hour. There's nothing else to it. Yeah, you get cool abilities. Yeah, you could create like wormholes and stuff like that, but it's like there's nothing else to it. It's just baseball, and it's 2D baseball at that. So it's like, it's kind of lacking. It's really saying a lot that, oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Not for this one, for Voice of Cards, bro. The fact that a baseball simulator game where it's only, there's only 3 real buttons in the game, bro, beat out a full-fledged card game. Oh my goodness, that has story, that has plot, that has character design, that has a banger soundtrack. Like, dude, I'm so sorry, Voice of Cards, I did you dirty. But it's true, Lethal League Blaze, it's like, it is really just that simple. Damn, looking at it, Dicey Dungeons, I might have to pull you up, but to be honest, I think you stay there. King of E tier. King of E tier. I'm so sorry. Like, if anything, this is like the king of E tier, because it's like, this is like the pinnacle of like what everything is here. Like, you're going here for like just one thing. Oh, you don't have board games at your house? Cool. Now you can play chess, now you can play checkers, now you can play all the poker and everything that you want. It's like you're going there for like one specific thing. Like, shoot, if you want to play the piano on the Switch, like, go ahead, be my guest, with 51 games. But it's like, you're not really getting anything like crazy out of this, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting like a storyline. You're not getting like, look at this, story, and questionable story. This is like the cutoff point right here, and the story is and then this is just a mess of a story, but it works. It's FNAF, it's whatever. You're going there for the IP anyway, so it's like, yeah, there's nothing really here, to be honest. Like, you're not coming here for a story, let's be honest. Besides Voice of Cards, I feel so bad for Voice of Cards. This is the only one with like where it's like, you gotta respect Voice of Cards, but it's like, I'm kind of doing it dirty because the gameplay loop is just that bad. I really do not like the gameplay loop. But anyway, that's my opinion on 51 games. Literally, like, dude, this was one of my favorite indie games on the list. Like, you'll see, like, this is probably going to be the cutoff of indie games, to be honest, because at this point, it just does not compete with stuff like this. Like, even Engaged, which is it's a weird statement for sure, because it's like, it's Engaged, you know what I mean? It's mid. It's not like anything crazy. It's not beating Assassin's Creed 2. I don't think it beats Security Breach any day of the week. It's not beating anything up here, but it's like, it is you gotta respect, it is a full-fledged project. It's a AAA game. It's historical background within the Fire Emblem series. It's like, it's an anniversary game, you know what I mean? The DLC wasn't even that bad. I think that's my favorite part of the game. But Killer Queen Black is like, it is really good. I want to put it in C tier, but it's like, it's just not that. Alright, let's get this show on the road, bro. Why do I have Security Breach here twice? I don't know. Maybe there's an error. Let me just, shoot, yeah. Why don't we do this? Are we doing this right now? Why don't we do this? Yeah, this is gonna be a tough nut to crack, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Alright, sister location. Let's give it the praise that I want. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? We only have 2 here. Does it beat Assassin's Creed 2 though? Like, does it beat Assassin's Creed 2 though? Personally, no, I don't think so. And that's, I'm gonna give you my reason for why I think Sister Location is this high on the list. But look, Sister Location it has one of my favorite stories. I like the story of this game 10 times better than FNAF 1 and FNAF 2. How everything unravels and then all the secrets. It's like, yeah, in FNAF, you're gonna be looking for secrets, right? Like, in FNAF 3, like, you literally go in an arcade cabinet and boop, boop, beep, boop, and suddenly you're in a secret, you know what I mean? You literally go to the tiles on your wall, press a bunch of numbers, and then you're literally in a secret minigame, you know what I mean? There's secrets in every FNAF game, but it's like, this one I think did it best. I think it did like everything best. It just doesn't like, it doesn't compete though. The gameplay loop of these 2 games are just way too good and way more iconic, let's be honest. Sister Location though, my favorite story, as I said. I love how everything looks, how everything's so polished. But like, they redid everything. The crew got a makeover, you know. There's new animatronics, there's more lore. When the series should have ended, a lot of people thought FNAF 3 at the time was gonna be the end of the series, right? But no, we got more games, bro. We got more games, and Sister Location was like, it has my favorite, like, it feels like a huge reset, especially after 4, bro. It's like 4 was weird. 4 was definitely weird. It's one of those games where it's like, is this really happening? And then yeah, like somehow like this fever dream of a game, it just opens, like it answers like so many questions that we've had about the series, but then we get more and more questions. It's like, bro, how does this happen? But it happens with like every FNAF game, to be honest. But yeah, that's why I think about Sister Location. I just really love its story. Its story is my favorite, in my opinion. Pizzeria, on the other hand, I don't necessarily hate Pizzeria, to be honest. I think Pizzeria is an alright game. It's funny, it has charm, right? I think personally though, it's going like right here. It's going right here, especially when I consider 3 and 4. Like 3 and 4 I can already see in C tier. Like 3 and 4 is, they're already in C tier, right? I'm gonna give Engage another win. Like, let's be honest, like 3 is just like, it feels so boring. It feels so boring, it feels so bland, but it feels so like C isn't bad, you know what I mean? Like, none of these are bad besides like E tier, questionably. Like, shoot, I might have to bump that up because 51 games does go hard sometimes. But like, C isn't bad necessarily. Like, that's not bad. I know that's like right in the middle, but that's like, think about it, it's right in the middle. Like, I think this is just like you gotta compare like the other games. Look, FNAF Road, yeah, it beats, sure. Pizzeria, yeah, it beats, right? But Security Breach, for what Security Breach did, like, I just think Security Breach is better. Plus, Security Breach has some of the mechanics that FNAF 3 already has anyway. FNAF 4 is like kind of the same thing, you know? FNAF 4 is just like, I love the aesthetic, I love the design, I love the nightmarish look that they gave to everything. Like, this is like a lot of people's favorites for a lot of reasons. If you like that horror, like, everything is super scary type vibe, like, they did it. They absolutely nailed it. I don't know how Scott Cawthon managed to make such a creepy and horrifying game, but he did. But yeah, FNAF 4 is definitely like it is so good. Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2, yikes. Dare I say, one of the best fighting games of all time, especially on this list, bro. Soul Calibur 2 is an era in time. This should not have happened, first of all. Also, Link in the fighting game is kind of wild. Soul Calibur 2, though, it should not have happened. It just... Have you guys seen the jump from Soul Calibur to Soul Calibur 2? It makes no sense, but historically, Soul Calibur 2 is a menace. It's a demon, bro. It's like, as I said, dare I say, the best fighting game video game of all time. did I say fighting game, video game? Fighting game of all time. Dude, it's like, if you know anything about fighting games, like, you have to put respect on Soul Calibur, especially Soul Calibur 2. This is what solidified the series in the spot that's in today. Where is Soul Calibur 6? I think it's above Sister Location. It's not beating Assassin's Creed 2. I think Assassin's Creed 2 and above, it's just like, these are the hard games where it's like, how are you rating these games, right? FNAF 1, like, these are both historically really good games. FNAF 2, it's like, I think, I don't know, like, which one are you taking? FNAF 1, FNAF 2, Soul Calibur 2, like, dude, these are all like really, really good games, and you would be correct on every one of your assumptions, answers for these games, why you'd put them in the top 10. You'd be absolutely correct. Historically, a beast. Historically, it solidified Soul Calibur in its series, in its point, in its position today. Historically, it just it did the same thing Soul Calibur 2 did. It just upgraded FNAF 1. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, it's like, it's got to be in Raid Boss though. It's got to be in Raid Boss. I just love everything about this game. This is game done right, if I say that. This is a game done right, you know what I mean? Them's Fighting Herds. Interesting game, interesting title. I think it's D tier. I'm putting it in D tier, to be honest. It's one of those games where it's like, you don't expect it to be good, but it's actually good. And the more you play it, obviously, it's like, obviously the more you play anything, the better you will be. But it's like, them's Fighting Herds has some, like, it has stuff that other fighting games just don't have. Yo, I just landed on this one. Persona 5 Royale. Yo. So we were talking about RPGs. Like, y'all might be not FNAF, Fire Emblem fans. Y'all might be mad at me, but I think this is the pinnacle of gaming right here. And I don't even mean to deride that much, but look at it. Like, everything that you want in a traditional RPG and a JRPG, it has. And when I believe this is the cover for base Persona 5. When I put Persona 5 on here, I actually mean Persona 5 Royale. I think I just chose this because it looks nicer, it's cleaner, whatever. But Persona 5 Royale, it is like, I think it is the pinnacle of RPG gaming. I do believe it is this high. Like, I think it's above 3 houses, which is crazy because it's like, you have like 40 characters in this game that you fall in love with. Like, there's a character for everyone in this game, right? And then there's only like 8 characters here where it's like, you're kind of forced to be with them, right? It's not a, oh, I can't use Akechi, you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's like, oh, I can't use Joker or whatever. I can't use Morgana. No. The first month and a half, you're stuck with the same 4 characters. And then each other month, like, you get a character. So it's like, dude. But like, this game is like, it is the pinnacle of RPG gaming. I do think it's better than Breath of the Wild. I think it's better than 3 Houses. Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that argument, bro. It just does so much. It does so much, and it's revolutionary for gaming, to be honest. There's a reason why IGN, questionable site, but there's a reason why IGN rated it so high, bro. And it's not like I'm rating these off of IGN posts. It's like, dude, it is actually just that good. Like, it changed my life. And I know that's corny as hell to say, but it really did change my life, to be honest. Oh, JoJo's? I said I want to do fighting games. Let's do this. I don't think JoJo's is higher than, I think it's D tier. The thing about JoJo's is that it's a write home letter. It really is. It's a write home letter to fans. If you are a fighting game enthusiast, you're gonna like JoJo's. If you like JoJo's, you're gonna like JoJo's. But if you don't fit it in that category, you really could just pass on JoJo's. That's the thing about it. I don't know how many times I just said JoJo's, but I definitely did say JoJo's a lot. But anyway, that's like the thing about JoJo's. It's like, dude, it's like, if you fit into either of those categories, you're going to absolutely love the game. Unfortunately, though, I just think You know what? It could be bottom of C tier. I can see it, but like, you're going against FNAF 3. Like, FNAF 3 isn't even that good, but like, I don't know. I think you should put respect on FNAF 3, especially for the story and whatever. That's the other thing about JoJo's, is that you can't retell the story. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think top of D tier, bottom C tier with fake JoJo's, to be honest. I don't know. I just like, this is an actual full-fledged game. Not that this isn't, but it's like, it is so limited in what it does. It is also a recreation of another game. I mean, not technically, but you know, it shares assets from, I believe, what is it, Eyes of Heaven or whatever. This is the only JoJo's game that I've played, but yeah. Again, if you like JoJo's, you're going to love and adore this game, because it's literally a right home letter to fans. Like, every character is fleshed out with over like 20 phrases, catchphrases, anything like that. Like, you're gonna see memorable moments recreated in the games that you love. You're gonna see just your favorite characters in full bloom, and that's really what All-Star Battle Royale is about, is that recapturing the moments in time that made you wow, you know, the series. So this location gets dropped, bro. I think that's the sad truth of it. Again, personally, my favorite story in the game, my favorite Easter eggs in this series, you know, just everything about this game is like, it solidified the series for me. Not that 2 didn't, you know, not that 1, you know. It's like, this is a game where it's like, wow, they really outdid themselves this time. You know what I mean? That's what that game is to me. Dragon Ball FighterZ, why is it so high? It's just a fighting game done right. It's not even the same thing as JoJo's, where it's like, if you like Dragon Ball, you know, whatever, blah blah, which I mean, JoJo's compared to Dragon Ball, I think Dragon Ball wins that fight every day. But it's like, it is just an excellent fighting game. Like, you could play this game just for the fighting game mechanics, but like, it is so good. It is so fluid. The animations are done really well. The art style is really good. Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. You just gotta respect Dragon Ball FighterZ, bro. So downright, Idol Manager is not a bad game. I'm gonna be honest. It is. I think this is a good place to put it. I can't really see myself putting it above FNAF 3. I don't know, like FNAF 3 is like, and I don't mean to say this like FNAF 3 is like really bad, I just don't like the gameplay. Idol Manager, why is it so high? Like, why is it above Persona 5 Tactica, for example? Idol Manager is one of the hardest like simulator games I've played. It is really hard to keep yourself out of bankruptcy at least once. It is extremely hard, but the game gives you a lot of chances. The game understands, but there's a lot of depth to it, surprisingly. Like the fact that you could go from making CDs to making whole labels to signing like 24 different women to owning like 2 or 3 cafes. You know, I didn't get to a lot of Idol Manager on my channel, which I still can, but Idol Manager has a lot. Like, you can make albums, you can like there's a lot that you can do in this simulator game. And the fact that it's like, dude, everything that you do costs money. It's like, even if you just sit there for a day and do nothing, it costs money. You have to think about that. Everything that you do costs money. And like, Idol Manager, it is really hard to manage your money. It's not really about managing idols, bro. Like, there's a time and place where it's like, dude, you could have all the idols in the world and all of them have perfected stats and whatever. But then, you know, one of them leave because their contract is over, or, you know, one of them they just don't like things anymore. And suddenly everything is not good. Like, you're missing like hundreds of thousands of dollars because your lead idol just doesn't want to work anymore, bro. It's just like, it is so like hard, and being able to manage everything, the idols, on top of, you know, what critics say, on top of just like everything that happens. Like, if the girls start fighting, bro, you're done for. And then some of them want to flirt with you, bro. And then some of them have special needs, bro. Not special needs like that. Some of them have like stuff that they want you to accomplish for them. Like, oh, make me an album. Oh, I want to star in, you know, a music video. It's like, dude, there's a lot of depth to this game. Surprisingly, I didn't think it was gonna have a lot of depth. This is saying a lot compared to JoJo's, bro. JoJo's is like, that's saying a lot. I'm gonna be honest. The fact that it's above JoJo's, the fact that it's above Tactica, like, they put money into this game, bro. They put a lot of money into this game. I don't know. Idol Major, I did not expect it to be so good, you know. I think C tier is good though. I think C tier is good. I think that's healthy. The thing about Mortal Kombat 11 is that there's so much that you can do in this game. There's so many cosmetics. It almost became like, it almost competed with Fortnite. But then also you get all the characters that you love and want. You get like all of them in one package. And at the end of the day, it's only like $10 like right now. I believe that like the price has dropped significantly, but Mortal Kombat 11 was a different era. It was a different time period. It was a different fighting game, you know, than we're used to today. Like Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11, it's just like they're two different games, bro. And it's like they're not so far off. That's the thing about it. Where can I comfortably put Mortal Kombat 11 though? That is the thing. That is the big question of the day. I think right here is fine, to be honest. I think where I have it right now is perfectly fine. Shoot, above, yeah, for not, yeah. Like, you have to respect Mortal Kombat 11 for what it did, especially for Mortal Kombat, bro. At the end of the day, it might all just be transactions, but they actually had some dope ass skins, some dope ass crossovers. Like, they had a lot. I'm telling you, it got to Fortnite level, but I'd rather play Mortal Kombat 11 over Fortnite every day. That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it, bro. Once you get to like C tier, it's like, if you go B and above, it's like, shoot, I'll go for Dragon Ball FighterZ right after this, you know? Soul Calibur 6, shoot, I'll play that too. Sister Location, sure. But once you get to C, it's like, you have to be in a mindset to play this. You have to be in a mindset to play this. And if you've already beat it, then there's no point in playing it again. You have to be in a mindset to play this. And if you don't like Engage, you're not playing it anyway. FNAF 3, bro. You have to be in a mindset to play this. And if you don't like the fact that there's only one animatronic, you're not going to play this. The next thing we're going to do is, for some reason, I wanted to include all of the Persona dancing games, because why not? And to be honest, this is the list right here. I'm gonna be honest, it goes in this order. This one, it's the one that started it all. To be honest, I like this one. This is a game that I 200 to 300, like, I have 200 to 300 hours on this game. I pretty much done everything all night. No, I do not. I have not done all of those. Persona 3, I mean, I'm just basing this off of music. I think it has a better soundtrack. I'm gonna be honest. You can say whatever you want. Persona 5, I love the music, but Persona 3, bro, it's just a legacy pick for me. Persona 4 has a full-fledged story mode. It actually makes sense, to be honest. The things that happen in this game, that actually make sense. Next up, we have Paladins, and to be honest, Paladins is not too bad of a game. You guys see the gameplay that I put out. You guys see what I do on the channel with Paladins. The thing I love most about this game actually isn't the gameplay. I could care less if there's Overwatch versus Paladins. I could care less what you have to say in the comments, to be honest, about that debate. The thing I love about Paladins is that it's like a battle of evil versus good, which I know that's like that has been around for like centuries, bro. That is the divine battle or whatever. It's just the forces of darkness versus the forces of light or whatever. That's basically what it is. But I love seeing all the weaponry and the talents and the champions and everything come out, and it's like, oh, this is just a dark abyss keeper, or oh, this is like, I don't know, the executioner from hell or something, or oh, this is the granddaughter of, you know, the latest seraphim or whatever. You know, it's just whatever. In terms of everything else, I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of mid. It's very mid. I think it's above FNAF 3 because FNAF 3 is kind of a cutoff point. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of a cutoff point. Like, you could tell, like, these games just get less and less and less and less quality. You know what I mean? Compared to everything above here. So I think Paladins, FNAF 3, this is like a bridge right here. Like, this is like bottom mid, right? and then everything else, all these things over here. Paladins, I think this is a good spot. Pokken Tournament DX, I had a lot of fun with this game, and I still do. Let me tell you, the character customization, I thought Soul Calibur 6 had a lot of character customization, which they do. They have more than Pokken Tournament, but Pokken Tournament also has the same amount, bro. Or a little bit less, but go back to this game. This game has crazy character customization. Unfortunately, it is only on your avatar, but you know, I loved blinging out my avatar, whatever. And then also, look, it is a fighting game that mixed Soul Calibur, basically the 8D rig, with 2D. So the fact that they blended it so flawlessly, and then also it is Pokemon. It is the biggest grossing game of all time. Like, just like, it's Pokemon. This game is legendary, I'm gonna be honest. I think we put it like right here. It is really that good, I'm gonna be honest. Over Dragon Ball FighterZ, like, you can say whatever you want, but like, the only thing is about zoning. Zoning is kind of annoying, but once you learn how to, I mean, nah, the game teaches you how to zone. I was gonna say, like, and there's zoning in this game anyway, so yeah, this just beats it out all day, every day. Like, one, it's Pokemon, one, customization, and then also, let's look at the supports and everything, bro. Like, if you have DLC included, which the DLC is like $5, you might as well just get it. It's like, the game gives you like 50 plus supports. That's like 50 different supports, and you get, I think, a roster of like 30 plus characters or something. It's something like that, but the game is crazy. But then there's also a moveset depending on if you're 2D or you're 3D, and then there's different types of zoners. There's zoners that, like, you know, whatever. Zoners are the big key things. Like, the key thing about this game, why people don't like this game, is because, like, you'll get Suicune, and then Suicune just hits you from across the map. But then at the same time, you get like people like Darkrai, who just sets up traps, and then you get people like Gardevoir, who they literally just rotate around the map and do cherry blossoms in the air and look so elegant and whatever. But meanwhile, you're just having to, and they have auto aim as well. And then you have Pikachu, who just full on charges and rushes at you. So it's like there's some different types of varieties of, you know, gameplay in here. You have people who, like, you know, when they go from 3D to 2D, they become like a zoner, or they become stronger or something. There's just a lot about this game. I really like the flow of this game, to be honest. I think it is deserving of being B tier, especially this high. Like, this game is like kind of good. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of good. Alright, next game. Oh, we got the Bayonetta series. So let's be honest, this is like a FNAF situation, except Bayonetta is only Bayonetta. That's the thing. Bayonetta, I love the story, I love the inclusions, but it's kind of like, and let me rate this gem right here. So Assassin's Creed, I'm going to rate it pretty much like right here. I think this is good. Yes. Yeah, I can see this. I can see this as a good take. Now, you might be thinking why, but it's like Assassin's Creed is always kind of the same storyline. It's just what era you're in, and that's really the selling point. They really know how to give you the right environments. Like, give you like the perfect setting, the perfect environment. I loved being in, I believe it's Israel or whatever. I loved being there, and then just like, you know, seeing everything. Or this game, I mean, Venice. Like, being at Venice, seeing all the boats and everything, and I'm like, bro, it has a spectacular world design. But not only that, this is like what started it all. Like, I will always go back to FNAF, because that's like the easiest comparison, because it's an indie game that grew big. But Assassin's Creed is like, bro, I don't think anyone realized how big Assassin's Creed will be, because Assassin's Creed is like, the franchise is not that bad. It is not that bad. It is a really solid franchise. There's a game for everyone in this, and I think Assassin's Creed is like, it's a point in time, it's a point in history where it is really good. They did everything really well. But then also the historic backgrounds, like, you have to look at everything that's happening in that time, and then you mess with politics, and then you mess with the fact that you are an assassin. You are hired as a mercenary, as an assassin, to assassinate potentially government officials or people of power who disturb the peace, that are doing wrongdoing. Like, that is your job. And that is like the biggest, like, whoa, they just go out, they're a hired mercenary, they assassinate government officials. Like, this is the same plot and story, but the world building is crazy. There's a reason Assassin's Creed 2 is this high, because this game has all the selling points, and it stood the test of time. This game is a little bit weighed down, much like Bayonetta, which I was going to say. Bayonetta, it isn't that bad, but it's like Assassin's Creed. The problem that Assassin's Creed has and Bayonetta share is that it's like a one and done. You know, I could play Assassin's Creed 2 all day and I'd be fine. You know, there's not a lot of depth to it with Bayonetta. That's the thing. So I think on that point, I think we go right here. But I think this is like the perfect spot for it, because FNAF 3 is like, it did a lot for the series. It was a resolution as well. We all thought that it was just gonna die with Springtrap, you know what I mean? But then 4 came out and we're like, huh, there's another game? That's really like it. There's a reset at 4. Bayonetta, it's like, Bayonetta is cool and all, but it's like it reinforces playing the game over and over, which I really hate as a game philosophy, like game design. It's like, if you want to complete everything in Bayonetta, you have to go back to secret areas on the map. It's kind of like some God of War type shit, except God of War, you can mainly get everything the first playthrough, and if not, it's like you're 60% of the way there, so it's not too bad. But Bayonetta is like, you have to constantly redo the same, like, I believe like a dozen or 13 or 14 something missions, and then you know, that's basically the end. You 100% the game and that's it. It suffers from a lack of depth. That's the thing. It's like, it is a good game. The soundtrack is amazing. I had a good time playing it, but it suffers from depth, bro. That's the only thing about it. Ultimate Custom Night. I can't believe we have another FNAF game. I'm gonna be honest, this one is not too bad. It's above FNAF World. I had a lot of fun with it. I think I'd take it over ARMS. It clears them's fighting herds, does it? I gotta think about that. I'm gonna be honest, I think Ultimate Custom Night goes like right here. Better than ARMS. It's like you're going in there for that one thing. That's the thing. It's like, I have to compare it to 2, because 2 has my favorite gameplay, but this is just overload. This is just like, I mean, that's the whole point. The challenge is like 50 or something animatronics, but it's like, this is just overload, you know? Like, if I go to FNAF 2, I'm gonna have a pleasant time. I'm gonna have some challenge, you know? Like, it's gonna be, oh, flip, oh, mask, oh, light, you know? Oh, you know, whatever. And this one is like, dude, I can't even count how many animatronics there are, like how many different abilities they have. There's so many, bro. There's so many to keep track of. It's like Ultimate Custom Night, it is its own thing. But for me personally, and especially on this tier list, it does not get higher than D tier. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying it is a bad game. I'm just saying, dude, it's like, I cannot see myself, like, I'd rather play Persona 5 Tactica over it. That's true. Them's fighting hurts. Yeah, like, this is all true, bro. Like, I'd rather play these dancing games over Ultimate Custom Night, just because it's like, I'm not trying to stress myself with, oh, I have to watch out for 4 different versions of Chica. Oh, I have to watch out for Lefty. Oh, I have to watch out for that one audio cue that, what is it, Springtrap has or whatever. Yeah, I'm just not vibing, bro. Oh my goodness. Hold up. We got some masterpieces here. Hold up. This is wild. Let's just pull out all the big cards, why don't we? What are we thinking? Oh gosh, this one as well. Yeah, that's a really big hitter. Revengeance, yes, you guys are, dude, there's so many good games here. I'm gonna start off with, let me clear these games first, and then we'll get to it. Clannad. Dare I say, the best visual novel of all time. If you're looking for a good school romance, or, you know, just a lighthearted, I was about to say anime, but it is an anime. If you're looking for something lighthearted, wholesome, that's gonna make you cry, this is it. I do think it's here. I cannot see myself putting it in top 5. top 10, whatever. But I'm gonna be honest, it's like up here. You know what I mean? It's carried so hard by its story and its emotional value. Those are the two things. Obviously, it's a vision. Gosh, I gotta stop doing that. What in the world happened, bro? But anyway, it is carried so hard by its emotional value and everything. It's just like, dude, it's like, I don't know how, like, if you've never experienced Clannad, it's just something you have to experience. You know what I mean? It's not for everyone. I tried getting people into the series. It's not for everyone, obviously, but like Clannad has so much emotional value. If I'm saying it's B tier, especially as a visual novel, because it is a visual novel. The visual novel, I would say, is like the pinnacle of visual novels. This is what you want out of a visual novel. So I would say, like, I don't even know where the rest of my visual novels are. I guess you can consider this one. This one, of course. This is kind of a disgrace, to be honest. Even DDLC included, bro. This is what you want visual novels to be. This is what you want it to be like. It doesn't matter the genre or whatever. This is like, this has everything. It's lighthearted. There's comedy. There's romance. There's like everything in it. There's even some suspenseful moments in there. It gets crazy. It gets tragic. You know, there's a lot to this. The emotional weight is what carries it above everything. Carries it above Dragon Ball FighterZ. Carries it above the sister location, you know, FNAF. Alright, Fortnite. Fortnite is an interesting one because this is a game that I come back to like every 6 months. Not really, actually. It's like every year or something. It's like I play this like every year or something. And I play it for like a month, and then I'm like, okay, we're done. It's usually like something like, I don't know, something silly like a Kanye West skin or something, or something like, I don't know, Thanos twerking, or like a new emote or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. But that's how they get you. That's how they get you. But it's like, for that 1 month, it is really good. But to be honest, I'm gonna be honest, it is just a regular shooter. It is quite literally just a regular shooter. I don't think this is too far off from the truth, especially given this tier list. Like, look, JoJo's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think C tier is fine. Like, the gameplay is cool, whatever. It's just, it's kind of boring sometimes. Like, even if you take out all the specials or whatever, it would be the same game to me. Putting all the specials in, it doesn't really change anything. Like the sword, you know, Kamehameha, whatever. Like, it doesn't change, like, nothing. The gameplay is the same old gameplay to me. I don't feel like they've changed anything in the past however many years Fortnite has been, you know, online and running. I feel like it's very bland. But that being said, the highs do hit really high. The lows, I mean, they're not really there. It's Fortnite, you know what I mean? That's why I think it's like bottom C tier, not that bad. Bottom C tier is not that bad. I think that's fine. Fall Guys. Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna be honest, Fall Guys kind of died off for me. Let's see what it clears. I think it clears these. Like, you have to give the historic nature of Fall Guys, you have to give it up, bro. It lasted a while. Fall Guys is really fun. I'm gonna be honest. I can't see myself putting it above this. Yeah, Fall Guys was like, it was silly, it was goofy, it was whatever, but it's like, it's just Fall Guys. It's not Fortnite. It's not anything higher, you know. I do really like the games. I guess I can give it, yeah, I can't put it above P5T though. Fall Guys is really good though. It is really good. Catherine. So y'all are either gonna hate me or love me for this pick, bro. We're not, you guys aren't gonna love me for this pick, actually. You guys are probably gonna hate me. Catherine for me just didn't hit, bro. It just didn't hit. The whole thing that I said about Bayonetta is that replayability is a bitch. So it's the same thing with Catherine. The thing about it is that there's like 16, 17, or 18 different routes you can do, because it's all like, you know, there's 3 women now, and it's like, oh, good ending with this girl, oh, medium ending with this girl, oh, mid ending with this girl, oh, good ending with this girl, blah blah blah. And it's the same thing. So that's 39, right? And then you have endings where it's like, oh, she found out about the other person, and it's like they're really, really bad ending, whatever. But the game basically enforces you to replay the game. And after my first playthrough, I was like, dude, so you want me to go back redo all the puzzles that I did. Like, the game is like, yeah, it's whatever, but again, when you're looking at these games, you're going there for one specific thing, which if that niche hits for you, that's cool. For me, it didn't, bro. The puzzle was sort of like, it's cool. I mainly like playing endless mode on this, which was a mini game within the game. It's like, dude, that was my favorite thing. Plus, they had a Persona 5 crossover, so it's like, dude, that was kind of lit. But outside of that, like, I could care less for the story, to be honest. The extra pictures and whatever of them being like cheerleaders or, you know, wearing something sexy or something. I don't know, the bar scenes were kind of fun because you'd hang out with your guys all the time, and then there'd always be stuff happening, especially with Rin over here. And then if you like holding a harem but you don't want anyone else to know, that will be your game, you know? If you're just that type of guy, that will be your game. But for me, dude, none of the highs really hit for me, to be honest. It just kind of, you know, I played it, I was like, okay, that was an experience, but I didn't put any more than like 50 hours into the game. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I played it and I was like, so do I get anything out of this? I didn't get that gratification, you know. When you beat Bayonetta, it was like you felt gratified, and then you realize, oh shoot, there's like 5 more missions. I haven't actually beat the game. And then you play it, you know. It's like an MGS5 effect where it's like, you think the story's over. No, that was like part 1, bro. That was literally part 1. So yeah, that's how I feel about the game. I don't know. I can't really see myself putting it any higher. That's crazy. Fall Guys beat Catherine. But like, that's how I feel about the game, bro. I don't think Catherine gets any higher than this, I'm gonna be honest. Oh my goodness, we already have a heavy hitter right here. Alien Isolation. So this thing is like, this is what I like to call security breach, but done right. Think about it. Everything in Alien Isolation, security breach technically has. Except Alien Isolation just does it way better. It is a cinematic masterpiece. It is it is quite literally like watching the movies, but you're playing the game. That's how good it is. For that reason, I think I would rate it like right here, maybe right here. I can see above Soul Calibur 6. I can't see any higher than that. It is so good. This has so much atmospheric depth to it. It's like, as I said, it's like you're watching the movies, but you're playing the game. And not only that, is that like the game just looks polished. Like the game, like for its time, the game looks so polished. Like it is crazy how polished the game looks. I recently played this game again, and dude, it is just so good. I don't want to say it's flawless as a horror game, but it is really good. I think outside of these two, it is probably the best horror game on my list. I don't think I have any other games, to be honest, that are horror games. If you want to consider Arkham Knight or whatever, or Arkham Asylum, those are more like suspense fighters or whatever. But still, Alien Isolation, I do really think outside of these two, it is the best horror game on my list. It is just that good, bro. It has all the spooks, the features, everything, like the ambiance, everything that you want a good horror game to have. Okay, Minecraft. I don't know what you guys were expecting when you saw Minecraft. It's not C, D, E, B, Raid Boss top 10. It is top 5, bro. I'm gonna be honest, like, this just makes sense. Dare I say number 1? I don't think so. I think the highs of this game outshine the highs of this game. This game is going to last forever. The things that you can do in this game, like you can actually, like, I know they're just blocks, and that's the whole premise, but like, dude, it feels like you could do so much in this game, like more than Grand Theft Auto, more than Fire Emblem 3 Houses, more than Breath of the Wild. It just feels like you could do anything. And then once you start getting into like the way the way pistons work, the way movement works, the way blocks interact with one another, the way redstone works, the way everything works about the game. Like, it's not about building anymore. What it is it's about combining things together, which I guess is building. But just Minecraft is such a flawless game. I really don't want to use the word flawless, but it's like there aren't many downsides to Minecraft. The only downside is when you die, but that's on you as a player, to be honest. And that's like any game too. Like if you die in 3 houses, that's it. You know, if you're playing on classic, that's it for the character. There's no more growth after that. So it's like Minecraft, dude. Minecraft is such a good game. Revengeance. It's in Raid Boss. Revengeance has surpassed my expectations by a long shot. It has, grown in status. It has only grown in popularity, really. And this has outshined some of the games on this list. Like, look at it. Like, over Assassin's Creed 2? I'm taking that, bro. Clannad, of course, bro. This is like, and then not even talking about it, like, the way the game is formatted is that, like, you could play the game repetitively, and it's not a Bayonetta situation where it's like, oh, I'm bored after 2 playthroughs. It's like the game only gets harder and harder, deals more enemies, deals more damage, but then the game gives you more rewards. The game has like an ebb and flow where it's like you are encouraged to continue playing the game. It is so fun. And then let's talk about the music. Banger soundtrack, like you can't really go wrong with Revengeance, bro. I listen to some of the music in that game like daily, so it is really good. And then the memes, bro. The memes. Dare I say more, bro? If I said more, bro, like it's already like I think I might put it in top 10. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest. It is giving me top 10 vibes. Smash Ultimates, my darling girl. I mean, it is the best fighter on my list, in my opinion. It is just a platformer done right. Like, it is the best platformer, in my opinion. Best fighter, yeah. Like, I'd take it over Jungmo fighters. That's the thing. Over Soul Calibur 2 is interesting, to be honest. I think Soul Calibur 2's... Oh, that's an interesting statement. Over Pokemon DX, yeah. Over Clannad, yeah, I can see that, because also Road of Light is a thing, which is not a full-fledged story mode, but you have to respect what's happening with it. Like, this game is, there's not going to be another Smash Ultimate. Like, I don't think you can beat Smash Ultimate. That is the thing. Like, I feel like Smash Ultimate is it. That is like the grand, the next game, I feel like not to set the bar so low, but I feel like it's like the next game really has a lot to do. Like, it's like, comparing Engage in 3 houses. It's like, dude, you have to fill in the gap that 3 houses left as Engage. Dude, like, I feel like the next game isn't doing that. This game is just, it is so good. It is so good. Obviously, the meta is stale. It has been for a while now. But it's like, the game is fun. The game is fun. The game, like, do you guys remember, though? Like, the emotional weight, the emotional attachment, everything that you felt the first time that you realized that freaking, like, Richter and Simon were getting in the game. And then you saw Ridley. Like, do you guys remember those feelings? Like, there was that time, that period of time where it's like, it felt like time stopped, where everyone was so happy. Everyone, not to say like no one's happy now, but like it felt like the world stopped spinning for a moment. That's what Smash Ultimate did. That is the kind of high that I'm talking about. I don't know if it's in top 10, but it is definitely up here. It deserves all the praise that it gets. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh gosh. Again, Raid Boss. The thing about Nintendo is that they actually just don't miss. I'm gonna be honest. They don't miss. Like, you already see the Mario games. Like, they're not... Do I have any... Oh, ARMS is down here. Any other Nintendo games down here? 51, which we don't really count. That's just 51 board games. Nah, that's really it. Nintendo just doesn't miss. Besides Engage, Nintendo just doesn't really miss. Yeah, they just don't miss. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I think personally the best party game out of any Mario game. And that's included Mario Party. because like think about it, like it doesn't matter the skill disparity, it doesn't matter if they're terrible at the game, you're still gonna have fun. You're still gonna have fun, you know, being in second place, hitting that red shell, and then everyone gets thundered, and then you're like, oh my goodness, everyone's the same distance away from, you know, the finishing flag or the whatever you call it, the checkerboard lane or whatever. Everyone's the same distance, bro. And then it's an all-out sprint towards the end, or an all-out drive in that terms. I think it is the best Mario game, to be honest. Above Mario Maker 2, I can see that. Super Smash Brothers, of course, I'd take that any day. So far, I think it's at the top. I think it's at the top, bro. Not that this is in any order, but I really do think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the, like, the family friendly, like, this is what you want. This is what you're bringing everywhere. Because it's like, it doesn't matter, as I said, it doesn't matter the skill disparity. You could be like a champion or whatever, and you know, you could go pro in Mario Kart. The newbie like me, like not that I'm new, but like the newbie, whatever, the person who has the 8-year-old in the corner, right, who says, oh, can I play? Dude, they're gonna have fun playing the game too. It doesn't matter if they're in last place or whatever, they're gonna have fun hitting that item block, getting a thunder, and then they just thunder everyone. Suddenly the champion in first place is like, oh, you're not in first place anymore, you're in like second, third, fourth, or whatever. It's just like everyone's gonna have fun playing this game, in my opinion. Like, where do I... Nier is another Revengeance situation, except I think it's better. I really do. Nier is it's the emotional weight. You take all the emotional weight that Clannad had and you give it to robots, and you give it to a game about questioning your existence. You give it that emotional weight. It is just, it's like, I don't know how to explain this, but I've said it before. It is a moment in time. It is a moment in time when you realized, wow, this is really happening. If you play all the routes in this game, you know what I mean. And I think it has top 10 potential. I could even see it above Revengeance. I could see it like, I don't know, it's getting finicky. But I can definitely see it like in top 10, to be honest. Next to Breath of the Wild, like, sure, I'll give you that. Oh my goodness, and then we have Kingdom Hearts. I'm not like a Kingdom Hearts enthusiast. I've played all the Kingdom Hearts games, but I think Kingdom Hearts is just a moment in time as well. Realistically, I'm gonna be honest, top 10. And that's coming from the guy who, where's Birth by Sleep? I know it's on here somewhere. Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game of all time, but look, it is top 10. I think it's top 10, maybe even top 5, to be honest. I'm gonna give it top 5. I think it's better than Breath of the Wild. Kingdom Hearts, again, is a moment in time. You really have to look at its accomplishments. Like, it is FNAF, but like everything. Like this should not exist. Disney and Square Enix teaming up should not exist ever, but it did. It did. This is like the ultimate crossover. Like, this is everything you want a game, and the soundtrack, the design of the game, the way that like everyone just has so much about them that's unique. Every character present, it doesn't matter if you're a side character, it doesn't matter if you're a random store owner in Twilight Town, bro. Everything is just so fleshed out. Everyone has character, everyone has whatever, like the NPCs, they actually do stuff. You know, everything is so incredible in this game. That is the thing. It's like everyone is full of life. But yes, that is what the game is about. MGS5. I think it's Raid Boss, which I know we have a stacked list right here, bro. Like, how are we comparing this game? But MGS5 is also a moment of time. In time. I love that phrase, but it really is. MGS5 just has so many accomplishments to it. The reason I didn't include the other Metal Gear games is because I haven't played all of them all the way through, so I can't give a justified answer, but they'd be like all B. Like, you can say whatever you want about storytelling, whatever, if you think story's unfinished, whatever, but like, it is a sandbox game as well as a shooter. and it is really cool the things that you can do in this game. It is like you get really experimental in this game. I've always wanted to do one of those videos where it's like, oh, what is it called? Where it's like I put on like one of the cassette tapes and then I take out like, you know, 40 people, and like one of them is by like dropping a truck on their face or something. Like I've always wanted to do one of those videos, the highly technical like MGS5 videos or whatever. But it is really good. I would take over Smash, yes. Soul Calibur 2, yes. FNAF, yeah. But I think FNAF historically is better, because FNAF, again, it's just like, it's a leading franchise in horror games, to be honest. Super Mario Maker 2, yes, it is. This is like the ultimate tactical shooter sandbox game, bro. And then you're not even talking about like, I'm not even talking about environmental effects yet, or the story of the game. The story of the game is epic, bro. Even if you just play part 1, it is so good. It is so gratifying. It is so, like, the way the story goes, it is so good. And the fact that it's not even like, it is such a hard hitter, but it's not even like the end of the story. It's not even the beginning of the story. It's like right in the middle of the story. It is like so good. It is so good. Arkham Knight, the story is kind of lackluster. I've heard the story many times before. Arkham Asylum is the one that started it all. However, Arkham Asylum just lacks depth, in my opinion. Arkham Knight, there's a huge amount of depth. There's like an unreasonably large amount of depth, bro. There's just so much depth to this game. It is crazy, bro. I replayed it and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, it feels like too much. Arkham City felt like the right amount. That being said, again, I gotta give props to depth, bro. Like, this is actually, it is a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth in this game, and I was not ready to, you know, handle all of that. And then the fact that there are AR missions, so it's like, there's always a challenge to beat with the game. That's the thing. You can always perfect something, like a craft, you know? It's not like, I feel like in Arkham City, you're kind of limited. Like, I feel like the combat was kind of clunky sometimes, or slow. In Arkham Knight, it just feels like everything is like on 10 times speed than it was in Arkham City. That being said, I do like the story way more. Arkham Asylum, cool story, cool whatever, but I don't know, man. I don't really know. Like, Arkham Asylum just lacks depth. It just was not, it was not big enough for me, bro. Pause. I think that's a good place, like a good placement. Top of C tier. I think that's really good. But like, look at it. Arkham Asylum, I really want to like it like as much as I do with Arkham Knight, but it just lacks depth, especially compared to Arkham City. It just feels like they were getting better and better and better, which is what you want. That's the kind of quality you want in a game. But like, Arkham Asylum was like, it was a legendary game. Arkham City is like, whoa, we turned up everything times 10. And then Arkham Knight was like, oh my goodness. It almost feels like, what is it, FNAF 2, where it's like, it is Batman overload, you know what I mean? But Arkham Knight just, there's so much to it. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is, it is a really, really good game. This is gonna be tough because it's like, I would take it over Arkham Knights, and I think also Assassin's Creed 2. It is just it is the same game that you knew and loved from back then, but they repolished everything. And it is like a Bayonetta 2 situation as well, where it's like the combat is also fleshed out. Now there are some things where it's like the cutscene combos or whatever, it's like it kind of gets boring after a while. You know, you just hit a bunch of enemies, you fly into the air, you run on the walls, and then you run back and forth, and then you gain meter, and then suddenly you're on a sailboat. You know what I mean? It's like, it does kind of get boring, the cutscene combos and whatever. But outside of that, the game is fully fleshed out. It has its own story. Voice actors always coming back, which I always loved about Kingdom Hearts. And it just feels really good. The emotional attachment and weight and whatever, and everything that happens in the story, like, it feels so gratifying to have a satisfying conclusion to the same story that has been retold over and over and over, but expanded upon like every time. Kingdom Hearts 2. Look, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts 2 fanboy. I did not really get the appeal when I played the game. However, I know when a game is good. I know when a game is good. I would say it's here, bro. Like, look, if Nier is up here, Kingdom Hearts 2 is up here, bro. I know when a game is good. Like, I really do know when a game is good. Kingdom Hearts 2 is just a really good game. I'm not going to say flawless like these other ones, but Kingdom Hearts 2, just a really good game, bro. I don't know what else to say. So the main thing that I'll say about Birth by Sleep is that Birth by Sleep, it is a really good game. Again, it is my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. However, the combat, like after so many years, dude, the combat actually weighs the game down a lot. At a certain point, like, you're just going Aqua and you're just hitting Mega Flare and you just have like 4 of them, and that's really what the combat comes down to. And it's like, yeah, the card system is cool, you get the skill tree and whatever, which actually I don't think you get a skill tree, but it's like the card system is cool and whatever. Oh, you get abilities, that's what you get. But once you 100% the game, it's like, what else is there to do? You know, you already are the strongest. You already have 4 Mega Flares in your back pocket. Like, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? It kind of lacks depth in that sense. That being said, I still think it is an amazing and legendary title. I would take it above Assassin's Creed. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if I put it higher than Clannad, to be honest. Again, this is coming from a person where Birth by Sleep is my favorite game personally because of the emotional attachment that I have to all of the characters in this game. And then also, it's just like, this was my first Kingdom Hearts game, so it's like, dude, this was the introduction. Actually, you know what? It wasn't. Kingdom Hearts 1, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 first, it's just I beat this game first. But look, if a 10-year-old can beat this game, bro, this game is easy. This game is easy, literally. I like 99% this game when I was like 10, 11, 12 or something on the PSP, bro. Like, it is really easy. That's how easy the combat is, and I'm talking about the hardest difficulty and everything, you know? But for what it is, you have to understand it's Kingdom Hearts, so it's really high anyway. Gosh, we are down to the final, what is it, 11, 10? What is this? 12. Okay, Guilty Gear Strive. This is a fighting game done absolutely correct. I do think it's better than Ultimate in terms of it's a traditional fighter, but Ultimate is just a feat in itself, bro. Guilty Gear Strive, I think, is just, it definitely is like everything you want a fighting game to be, in my opinion. I think it is like right here. Yeah, it's right here. It is like everything. If you like anime, if you like video games, if you like fighting games, you're gonna like Guilty Gear Strive. That's the thing. It's not like JoJo's where it's like, oh, it's only JoJo's and fighting. It's not like Dragon Ball where it's, oh, it's only Dragon Ball and fighting. This is like, it is its own thing, and it has its own lore, its own mythos. It has its own characters. You see the characters there every day, whether you know it or don't. And these characters are highly enjoyable. The game is well polished. I'd say more polished than Dragon Ball FighterZ. It looks stylish. The gameplay is stunning, and then it has an amazing ass soundtrack. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive is just I think it's the pinnacle of fighting games in today. Like, this is what I want the way this game operates, this is what I want every fighting game to be. Dragon Ball FighterZ has the same mechanic, it's just Dragon Ball. I don't like the zoning. I prefer Guilty Gear zoning though. You know what I mean? I prefer Guilty Gear zoning. There's a point where it's like Dragon Ball FighterZ becomes really, really easy. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, you just hit a key blast and you keep on doing that over and over. I get you can deflect. I get you can dodge, but it's like, dude, it's literally, if you're gonna spend 30 seconds, you know, doing key blast, I'd rather play Guilty Gear, because Guilty Gear, the whole thing is that you also gain abilities, meter, blah blah blah. You gain everything based off of how aggressive you are. So if you back up into a corner, yeah, that's on you, but the game also faults you for that, you know? Which I think that level of gameplay design where it's like, you don't want people to just camp or whatever. You want people to be hyper aggressive and be rewarded off of making really good plays. Like, that's what I love about Guilty Gear Strive. That's why I said in that one video, like, Guilty Gear Strive is my favorite fighting game that I've never played. Like, I'm ass at this game, but like I still love it. I still love watching videos. Like, sometimes I have no idea what they're doing, but I love watching videos of Guilty Gear Strive gameplay. That's how good it is. But yeah, that's everything I have to say for Guilty Gear. Let's go to Siege. Oh man, I think as far as shooters go, this is just mid. This is just mid, bro. As far as shooters go, because I don't play like a lot of like the main popular titles, whatever. Like, I don't play a lot of the main popular titles. Obviously, I've played some Call of Duties, but it's like I haven't really played like anything crazy. It's really just Siege, and that's the thing about shooter games, is that you get addicted to one and you stay on it forever. So it's like, I think this is just mid, but it's like, how are you beating Guilty Gear, you know? There's just not enough depth, which is crazy to say about Siege, because Siege has a whole lot of depth with the operators, with extraction, which with everything that's happening with you know, just all the operations, all the characters. Like, they're actually, like, if you go into the BIOS right now, you'll learn something about each and one of the operators that you come to know and love. But it's like, I don't know, Siege is just, it's just that, you know, it's just a shooter. It's nothing crazy, it's nothing bold. They're not trying out jetpacks or anything like that. It is just a shooter. That's all it is. Obviously, the mechanics of the game is like my favorite part. The fact that I could click on someone's head and, you know, they die instantly is so gratifying. The fact that I get that X in the middle is so gratifying. The fact that, you know, when my abilities work the way that I want them to and I make huge plays, it just works. You know, everything just works. And I gotta give props to Siege where props is due. So yeah, I think it's the best shooter on my list. Unfortunately, I cannot put it any higher than that. Like, you're going against things like Kingdom Hearts. Like how do you compare Kingdom Hearts to Siege? You know what I mean? The thing about Lemon Escape is that Lemon Escape is like, it was really good. Unfortunately, though, it is kind of just infinite warfare, but like you're limited to 8 characters. And there's only like 3 game modes. It's unfortunate that the service of this game ended, because I played this game a lot. I played it more than COD at one point, more than Siege at one point. I'm sure there are like clips of there's definitely clips of gameplay of Lemon Escape out there. I have some too, except I kind of like deleted all of them. But like, Lemon Escape it's a really good game. The gameplay loop does get annoying after a while, but I think they could have benefited from DLC, you know, if they took a Siege route or something. Like, I feel like this game, like, I would have bought, if they made more abilities, more characters, I would have bought the DLC, bro. That's how good the game was. Like, I would have dropped money for it. I think this is a comfortable position. Top of D tier, like, these are the games where it's like, no one's gonna be known for, on YouTube or Twitch or anything, no one's going to be known for Lemon Escape, you know what I mean? No one's going to be known for Killer Queen Black. They might be known for JoJo's, but like, who's being known for Pizzeria, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, you got games like these, it's like, how are you comparing Lemon Escape to Fortnite, you know what I mean? So I think Lemon Escape and D tier, really good. I can't see it any higher than that, to be honest. Oh, Horizon is a Breath of the Wild, but Breath of the Wild's baby sister. That's a thing. I am going to say it's better than Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't think it's top 10. Like, look, you're comparing, like, you really want to compare these? Like, it's not up there. I don't think it's up there with the big dogs quite yet. Not even the second one. Horizon is really good. The thing that I like about it is that sometimes you just need to sit down, and sometimes you just need to shoot some stuff. You just need to click on some scary monsters, some scary machinery, and you don't have to rush. I spent 100 hours on the first island or whatever. Not really island, but the first continent or whatever. I spent 100 hours. I didn't realize that there was so much to the game, but I spent like over 100 hours on the tutorial and the first that first little opening area or whatever, just grinding, bro. That's how much I love the game, bro. It's like, I don't care about the story, but it does also really have a good story. And you can say whatever you want about what is it, not supports in this game, but conversations, how it's like kind of choppy, it's kind of blocky. There are some bugs to this game, but it's like, dude, it is a really good game. Again, Stick Fight, you're just going there for one thing. I'm gonna put it like right here. Gang Beast. it is like the same situation, except I like Gang Beasts better. I think this is like the crown top 3 of D tier, to be honest. Like these can honestly go to C tier, I don't really care, but to flesh out the list, these are just in D tier. Like Gang Beasts is just really good. It's like Stick Fight's older brother, in my opinion. I think Modern Warfare 3 goes here. Advanced Warfare is a close second, and Infinite Warfare is somewhere down below. It's like right here, I think. I would even say it. Shoot, it's like somewhere over here. Yeah, it's like somewhere over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're... Yeah, that unfortunate, yeah, but that's really what it is. Like, here's the thing, like, looking at gameplay loops, looking at what they did with Call of Duty, I love the tactical nature of Modern Warfare 3. I absolutely do. It's like everything you do has to balance out, you know what I mean? So it's like if you have a sniper, suddenly your scope has a sniper glint on it, right? But then you can take that off for like a lower magazine scope or whatever, or a lower magnifying scope or whatever. You can also get guns, whatever. It's like, it's cool in this game. It is the game. Like Call of Duty with this game is becoming more like Siege, which is crazy because Siege is becoming more like Call of Duty. Advanced Warfare, it is my favorite jetpack game. I don't have Black Ops on here, but it is my favorite jetpack game. But I love that, like, this is my favorite pick 10. You know, it's like you don't introduce champions, you don't introduce like operators or whatever they have. It is just normal Call of Duty, but with jetpack physics and the pick 10 system still being there. Nothing crazy, you know. There is a skill gap. There is a huge skill gap. It's like the skill gap is like C, and everyone else is above you, bro. It's like everyone else is above you. It's just so fun. It is so fun. You get a huge adrenaline high off this game. Now, Infinite Warfare, you can make any gun you want and you can run with it. Like if you want a sniper class where you want your sniper to have an angled grip and a suppressor, and you can also track enemies through walls, and you can one-tap enemies, like you can do that. And you could do that with 4 slots, like half your slots for the pick 10 system. But outside of that, it's not really like, I don't know, it's not really for me personally. Like you're getting jetpacks and you're flying above your enemies, and you know, nothing like, I don't know, I'd rather have Advanced Warfare, which I know, again, this has jetpacks, whatever. But like at least in Advanced Warfare, like it's not like you have to worry about enemies above you like all the time. In this game, it's like you're running on walls, you're boosting above enemies, and then you gotta like 360, you know, they land behind you, they slide, and somehow they're in knifing distance already. It's like, bro, what do you do about that? And then some guns, like most guns just one-shot you. Like that's how Infinite Warfare is. You can create the perfect gun, the perfect loadout. If you want a knifing set, you can do that in Infinite Warfare for free, and you won't be penalized. But I mean, I just love the tactical nature more. I just love how the adrenaline high you get from this game. Like every gun is easy in this game. In this game, at least things got recoil. This game, things got recoil as well, but you have to play this more slow than these games. But it's like Infinite Warfare is just like my least favorite of the 3. And that leaves us with Danganronpa. So, I have not released a Danganronpa video yet. However, I am meaning to come back to this series. Danganronpa, it has survived. It has survived. The first game. I don't know about the other games. I haven't played them. But Danganronpa has survived the test of time. I think Danganronpa is so funny. It is so, like, looking back at it, there are characters that I didn't like, that I like now. That I like even more now. Danganronpa is just a fun visual novel. I'm not gonna say it's the best. It's not Clannad. I don't think it beats Birth by Sleep. I don't think it beats Guilty Gear, but I can say it does probably beat these. I'm gonna be honest. The story is there, right? Like this is what you're challenging on. Yeah, I think that's a good placement. Danganronpa is exactly what it is. It lacks replayability, sure, but then you have that mini game at the end where it's like you get everything that you want anyway. And if you want to 100% that game, it's not even that hard. Like the the platinum trophy is not hard for Danganronpa. So yeah, Danganronpa, it's just a really good game. Not the best visual novel on my list because you have Clannad, but it's like it is up there. It is up there. I can't really rate it any higher because it's like, dude, Arkham Knight, like Arkham Knight, are you beating Arkham Knight? I don't think so. And now we have these raid bosses to get through. Guys, what is my top 10? What is my top 10? What am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? I think what I'm going to do, I'm gonna do something. Yeah, I have to split this apart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, that's gonna be my number 7 spot. The reason is because, as I said, it is like the perfect party game. It's like you invite people over. Oh, do you have Mario Kart 8? It's like, dude, it's like even if you don't own a Switch, even if you don't play racing games, you can get people to like racing games or like whatever. It's the Mario IP as well. Like there's 40 characters or something in the game. And then it's like, dude, there's just so much to this game now. And what is there, like 80 tracks or something? Like this game, like, dude, it is so fun. I think that goes over there, something like that. I think the next game though is FNAF, right? It's either FNAF or Kingdom Hearts 2, which that's a bold statement, but I don't know. I don't know about Kingdom Hearts 2 either, because it's like, I know Kingdom Hearts 2 is the GOAT, but it's like, well, it's not the GOAT, but you know, everyone says Kingdom Hearts 2 is great. Personally, for me, nah. Something like influential like this revived horror games for a lot of people, to be honest. Let's talk about the historical influence of FNAF. Like, you have to remember, it was Scott Cawthon's like last like surprise, you know, last surprise. It was Scott Cawthon's like last surprise, his final debut. Like, this is like, if this didn't work, nothing else would have. So it's like, this revives, like, the fact that we have Security Breach words of that, the fact that we have this game, it's like, it should not be possible. But then also now it's like, we have books, we have a movie. Like, dude, this went from 0 to 100 quickly, bro. This blew up fast, bro. And then the next one, I think we go Nier, bro. I am taking that fight. Kingdom Hearts versus Nier, yeah, I'm taking that fight, bro. Like, Nier is just, it is so, like, you're questioning ideals, morals, you're questioning your lifestyle, you're questioning everything after you play this game. It has the same emotional value as Clannad, but times 10, bro. It is just that good. It is just that good. Now the next one's gonna be the toughest one. Who gets that number 10 spot? Because I could easily see any of these games getting it, to be honest. I could see any of these games getting it. These top 4 right here. Metal Gear Rising, I think it's kind of limited. So I think that leaves us with like 2 options right here, realistically. Gosh, this is tough. This is really tough. I think I gotta go Metal Gear Solid 5. It's just like, I don't know, like, this is just a good game. You know what I mean? It's just a really solid game. Like, sure, the replay, like, a lot of people complain about replayability, but for me, it's like, if you're seeing replayability issues with Metal Gear Solid 5, like missions just are the same or whatever, it's like, look at Breath of the Wild. You're visiting the same towns, you're visiting, like, Breath of the Wild is paled in comparison to Metal Gear Solid 5's maps. Just like, there is so little to do, like, in Hyrule, in Breath of the Wild, than there is in MGS5. Like, if I did a walking, you know, if I had both characters walk the whole terrain, like, this would probably, like, the size of, what is it? It's not Iraq, is it? Is it Iraq that he's in? And Nigeria or whatever it is, both maps or whatever, I don't know, but this would probably take 3 times as longer as Breath of the Wild, bro. Like, this, like, I don't know, it just feels like there's so much to do in this game. I don't understand how people get, like, really bored of this game, to be honest. That's the other thing. It's like, once you start experimenting, it's like, it is a sandbox shooter. That's why I say that. It's like, there's different outcomes, there's different ways to approach things. That's why I like about, let's see, where is it at? Modern Warfare 3. It's like, added such things where it's like, why are they there in a Call of Duty game? They feel useless, like dummies. Like, I only seen that in Metal Gear Solid 5. Like, that's why I'm like, Call of Duty's in the right direction. If they're adding stuff like that, like they added cameras, bro. Like, what in the world am I gonna? And they added deployable shields, bro. Like, what in the world am I gonna do with those? But they actually work. They actually are really good. But Metal Gear Solid 5 is just like, it is to me like the perfect tactical like shooter. Not the perfect one, but like it is really good. I can see myself playing this all the time, like all day, every day, bro. Like I did for a while. I did that for all of my high school. Now we have these games, bro. These games, this is gonna be tough, bro. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be really tough. Realistically, Kingdom Hearts 2 is up top. Revengeance is after that. FNAF 2, I think it's dropped. Soul Calibur 2, this is kind of hard. I think this is bottom. I think this is right here. Right? Is that unfair to say? Like, this is kind of wishy-washy right here. Like, nah, I think this is like right there. But yeah, that's kind of my list. Guys, it kind of shaped up like perfectly. Oh my goodness. This looks like so solid. Don't mind this. This was an extra picture. Security breach is like right here. Okay, but like, let's talk about it. Like, yeah, Persona 5 Royal, I think is the equivalent of like, this is a game that you want. This is the game that like, even if you don't like JRPGs, even if you don't like RPGs, even if you don't like visual novels, if you don't like reading, whatever, this game has it all. Like, it has like, I didn't originally like the JRPG, like, you know, I didn't like that kind of format of gaming. I didn't know what to expect when I clicked on Persona 5 and I was like, is this going to be a good game? Nah, this was a magnificent game. It changed my life. It had the same like ideals and whatever. Like, it made me question like things about my life that Nier did as well. Minecraft, really solid game. Like, you can't really go wrong here. I'm gonna be honest with Minecraft, you can't go wrong. Second greatest of all time on my list. I agree with that. Three Houses, honestly, I think Three Houses is limited. I think it's GTA 5. It gets that number 3 spot because like Three Houses is like, you're going against Grand Theft Auto 5. Do you understand that? You're going against Grand Theft Auto 5. I think you're kind of limited. Like, I already have 700 hours in here and I'm like maybe 40-30%. Like, it's cool, yeah, but like realistically, every other player who plays this game, they're not going to be putting in more than 400 hours. Like, you're giving 100 hours to each playthrough and then you're like, okay, so I've experienced the game. After 400 hours, it's just like, which that's a huge accomplishment. Like 400 hours, like you're making players play your game for 400 hours to complete the game, you know what I mean? Or less, you know, it could be less. But like Three Houses, it's like, it did everything correct. I don't think it beats Grand Theft Auto 5 though. Grand Theft Auto 5 is such a huge accomplishment. It is an astronomically big game, you know? Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It is so good. Kingdom Hearts, it's a GOAT, bro. It is the GOAT. And I'm not the first time you beat the game though, I'm not like a Kingdom Hearts like diehard fan, but the first time I beat the game, bro, I know some of you who are like, we're younger, bro. Like, when you beat the game when you were a kid, bro, I know that felt so gratifying. You felt so complete. You felt like you could do anything. Like, I know you're thinking you're on top of the world if you were at that point, bro. Kingdom Hearts is just that good. Breath of the Wild, obviously, they have a genre named after it. It has to be up here. Deluxe, like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, it has like 80 tracks in it, bro. Yes. FNAF, revitalized horror games for me. Yes. Nier, like, you're questioning existence. I can agree with that. Metal Gear Solid 5, yeah. This is like the only one, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 over, I don't know, but I think we take Metal Gear Solid 5, especially if you have Nier up there, but I think this is the list. I don't think I'd really change anything else. If I do, it would be like minor things, like switching these out, like maybe I could pick Arkham Knight over Assassin's Creed 2, maybe Horizon over FNAF 2, like I could see that realistically. But besides that, I think that's it. I think
the list is done, you know? Now guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because this video took forever to make, forever to edit. I actually had to make this like 2 or 3 separate times because like, dude, shit was just not working out. But it's alright. I do this because I enjoy it. I think you guys will enjoy it as well. I enjoy this type of content. Sorry if this was a lengthy video. It probably will be, but it shouldn't be too bad. You know, I'm gonna make it super well in post-production. But yeah, that's it. To be honest, I gotta get working on this video because it's gonna be super long. But I will see you guys in the next one. Again, make sure to support the channel. Everything you do helps out. And yeah, I think that's it. Peace.